Some people look for proof, others move like it's already done. Right before I woke up today, something strange happened. I wasn't fully awake, but I wasn't asleep either. And in that quiet space, that's when I saw it. I vividly saw the numbers 1248. And slowly but surely, I was realizing what I was looking at. Until I noticed that it was my channel, my name, and the amount of subscribers I was looking at. It really felt already done. The last time I checked, I had about 125 subscribers. So what just happened? I believe this wasn't just a dream. I believe it's a vision. Something that perhaps my soul knows that's coming. I have different occasions where I experienced dreams come into reality. And I'm not talking about the dreams you have of one day to reach a certain goal. I'm really talking about dreams that warned me about something happening. That's why I believe that sometimes when things show up in your dream, it's not random. Sometimes there's a message hidden in that. If you've been reading books of, let's say, Neville Goddard, you know that one thing he writes about is that imagination is the beginning of creation. They say that between the space between awakeness and being asleep, there are different waves. I think that's called theta waves. And that's, like I said, the state between asleep and being awake. This is the place where the conscious mind quiets and the subconscious mind speaks. And the thing is that dreams, downloads, and visions often happen there. And they say that when you receive a certain information or image in that state, it's not just something you see. It's a vision. It's information. In one of the books of Neville Goddard, I read something about assuming the wish fulfilled. And in that dream or that state I was in, I was really assuming the wish fulfilled. It was really coming from the heart. At least that's how it felt. And it was an amazing experience. Oftentimes the vision comes before the evidence, meaning if you want to achieve a certain goal, it might take some time in order for you to see that come to reality. And that's why they say reality needs some time to catch up to the thing you're envisioning. And that's why it's important that while the thing is not there yet, do not let yourself be distracted or get frustrated because your reality is not matching what it is you have in mind. I have moments where I feel like I'm doing this for nothing and I might just well give up, but experiencing situations like this gives me the motivation to keep going. The important thing is we need to keep taking action even when it feels slow, because usually success doesn't just happen overnight. What happens is you build, you plant seeds, you water them, and then all of a sudden you wake up and your goals are there. But the important thing is that you have to keep taking action, no matter the circumstances. I do believe that if you've seen it in your mind and if you felt it in your soul, it's already done. It's already yours. Just a matter of putting in the work and being patient. I made this video because I want to remind you to trust your dreams. If you have an idea put in your mind, it's there for a good reason. Be patient, keep putting in the work. Eventually, you will harvest the fruits of your labor. And it's important to keep showing up even in the moments it feels like nothing is happening. I was watching a podcast the other day where Malik from Purpose Driven Man was being interviewed, and he was talking about the amount of videos he put out before his channel took off. And it's crazy that he kept believing in his vision. Not crazy, but it's astonishing how he kept believing in his vision even though it felt like nothing was happening. And all of a sudden one of his videos took off and he hit, I think, about 100k views in a single day, and he still couldn't believe it. But he talks about how beautiful it is to just keep grinding, watering your plants, the seeds, and eventually start seeing your garden flourish. And a lot of people quit too soon, just before they're about to reach that success they always wanted. They give up and walk away from their dream. And it's a shame. The only thing that keeps repeating itself in my mind right now is, when I'm 80, will I look back with regret on my life? Will I look back at the things I did not do? And I want you to look at your dreams the same way. If that vision never left, if you've been walking around with the ideas for 6 months, a year, 2 years, some people even 10 years, because they're afraid to start, that vision is yours and you need to work on it to make it crystallize and become reality. I keep saying it and I'm gonna say it again. There's nothing more painful than regret. And trust me, I've been in a lot of situations where I regret not taking action. And if I look at it, I only regret the things I didn't do. I don't regret the things I did. I might have learned from them, and not everything might have been perfect or right, because I'm not an angel. But I only regret the things I didn't do, because you will always walk around with the feeling of what if? What if I went for it? What could have happened? And the only way to eliminate that feeling is to take action on the things that are telling you they want you to execute on them. So if you have a vision, go for it. Keep grinding, and nobody else has to see it. As long as you see it, that's the only thing that matters. Anyway, that was the video for today. If you made it this far, thank you. Thank you for your time. And as usual, I'll see you in the next one.